The Giants might actually be good this year. Well, I probably said that a little too loud. Sorry if I blew out your eardrums over there. People are listening in the headphones or whatever. But I remember I started last week's show with the Niners are gonna suck. Giants are looking pretty damn good. They look good in spring training.
They look pretty good.
They beat the Reds yesterday. Their first game, home opening game. The home opener they won. So hopefully we sweep the series. They got 2 more games coming up tomorrow and Sunday, I believe. Yeah. So go Giants. Sorry, that's all I have. That's all I have. You guys, I was getting ready for you to take it away. All right, guys. So
Don't Giants. Like I was explaining, what's gonna be after that?
So heads up, guys. We don't rehearse anything. What you're seeing is literally natural reactions, and we try not to edit as much as we can, or he doesn't try to at least. He's the brains behind all this. He's the one that owns the computer. He edits everything. Drew. For those who don't know, I'm MJ. This is Drew. We don't really do an intro anymore like in our old show. Yeah, none of this is rehearsed. No lines, no scripts. We have notes for certain subjects we have, but yeah, that was a crappy intro. I don't know if you want to take it away, man. I'm done. That's all I had.
So me personally, now that I'm gonna take it from here, well, I was expecting you to take it away, Drew. I was expecting you to kind of just
go Giants. And I just stood there.
Exactly. I was expecting you to be like, okay, take it away from here. So, well, I don't know how to go from that, but when I'm watching, so far, I got some pop culture stuff that's happened. Actually, there's like 5 big pop culture things that kind of hit this week.
Snow White.
That's a travesty. I'm not gonna get into that. Lord Farquaad looking. I am not gonna get into that.
That's more like the tales of Lord Farquaad and the Seven Dwarves.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just that movie.
I got one. I got the biggest gripe from me for this whole thing, and I'm never ever gonna watch that steaming hot pile of garbage. I don't think anybody should. Don't waste your time. Don't torture your kids. Don't show them that garbage. Show them the original cartoon, the animated movie. But freaking, what was I getting? Oh, I find it funny how Gal Gadot's the evil witch, and she's supposedly jealous of Snow White's looks, right? Because that's how it is in the story.
Yes, that's how it is.
But it's like, let's get real, dog. I think it's Gal Gadot. She should, if anything, who is she to be jealous of? Let's get real, man.
Like, yeah. And
I sounded like Colin Cowherd. Let's get real.
Here's the thing: is that when it comes to that, it's really funny because
I find it very ironic.
Have you ever heard of Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yeah, that jackass of a movie that came out when I was in high school or something.
It's like the biggest hot thing right now is they're saying that as the worst movie ever, Snow White beat it. Dragon Ball Evolution has a better rating.
Oh wow!
Than Snow White.
Wow, that's terrible.
And I thought that was when I saw that I was like, wow, that's all right. Okay, that movie was that bad.
Yeah.
But other from that, I want to talk about. First, I'm going to talk about Nintendo Direct. They introduced a couple of games, and 2 games caught my eye. One, of course, is Pokemon ZA. They showed more what it's about. Of course, they showed the mechanics like, it's basically like Detective Pikachu, Pokemon and humans live together in harmony.
Wait, so it's not going to be like a normal release of Pokemon game?
No. It's going to be like Pokemon
Pearl and Diamond and Emerald and all that?
It's going to be like Pokemon Arceus. It's the sequel to Pokemon Arceus, basically.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
And so
basically, I thought it was going to be more of a traditional Pokemon game.
No. It's
turn-based style or whatever they call that.
No, it's going to be more like Arceus. And so with this one is that they kind of showed what it's about again, that Pokemon and humans live kindly in harmony, and that there's free range areas for wild Pokemon to be at. And the reason why they kind of do that is because they want to discover new Pokemon. Because wild Pokemon aren't going to go in the city. They're going to try to stay away from that. So they want to create wild dens so that any Pokemon that haven't been discovered in the Pokédex, you got to catch. That's your mission, to catch those Pokemon who are just barely being introduced in this city. Another thing that they kind of introduced was that in the last Pokemon Arceus, there was Pokemon battles. But you mainly didn't get a lot of the Pokemon battles towards the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these 3 sisters who are like, the villain, like kind of like villains. They're not really villains, but there's 3 sisters, and you kind of battle them once in a while. There wasn't like hardcore Pokemon battles in this one. Well, I guess in this version,
Are you talking about Arceus?
yeah, from Arceus. But I guess in ZA, they're gonna doing like midnight Poke battles. So like during the day, it's all happy and go lucky, but at night, that's when the Pokemon trainers come and do battle.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting thing.
Pokemon After Dark.
Pokemon After Dark. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see that. Yeah, I'm pumped for that game. Another one that they introduced was finally, and I think you've been waiting for this one for the Switch. Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah,
4.
man, I've been waiting forever for that, and they're already gonna release the Switch too. So what is it gonna be released on?
I think it's gonna be released in 25.
This
the
year.
time, yeah, this year, towards the end of 25. Same thing with ZA. ZA and
Fourth
Prime
quarter.
are gonna be released at the end of 25.
So basically, it's gonna be like the last big release for the Switch, the first Switch. the original
Yes,
Switch.
or who knows? It might be the big first release for the Switch too.
I think they're gonna do that, dude.
So
Because remember
that.
back in the day, what 2003, 2004, I don't know. It was before the PS3 came out. Remember the last big release on the PS2 was Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That was like the biggest. That was like the last big release they did for the PS2.
Yeah, it was, and that game's freaking awesome.
Oh god, I know. I can't wait
game's
for
freaking
you know
dope.
they're remaking it, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I'm pumped for that. I'm pumped for that.
oh man.
And then Metroid Prime, and of course Metroid Prime 4. It's gonna be just a normal Samus story in which she crash lands on a planet, and she has to get off, escape the planet when she can. So there's the kind of story. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot more to it.
Yeah, of course.
Interdimensional planet destroying device is gonna be on that planet, and so she's gonna have to try to stop it. So it always becomes more than what the story is. And so I'm excited for that. Another thing too I'm excited for. Well, I'm excited at the same time. I'm like a little iffy. The way that Marvel has been going, Doomsday has been released.
Oh, they showed all the list of
When
actors.
they show all the list of actors. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I know Patrick Stewart's gonna be in there. Patrick Stewart.
Oh, dude, yeah, Xavier.
Charles Xavier. And from what it looks like, it's gonna be.
I was thinking Patrick
I
Swayze.
believe
I'm like, dog, you know he's dead, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, even the Patrick Swayze. Yeah, because Patrick Swayze is Charles Xavier. But
Alternate universe.
yeah, that's true. And I guess even the guy who played as Cyclops, he's reprising his role.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
Marston.
Yeah.
Marston, yeah.
So, if you look at I have no high hopes. I have high hopes for it. At the same time, I don't. From what it looks like, it's gonna be another multiverse story of Doom conquer the planet, basically.
Oh.
And I think that's what they're going for. I don't know which route. Like, again, who knows
It's
how
not too clear what route
it's
they're
not
gonna
too.
take.
Yeah, and because there's been concept art. Take it with a grain of salt.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Can it be
the
true?
The leaked concept art,
The
which I feel was done on purpose.
Yeah.
To mislead us.
Yes, and because that's happened before.
Yeah, they've done that before.
They've done
many
that
times.
many times, and it's like, oh no, that's not what the movie's actually going to be about. So I'm going to take that concept art with a grain of salt, and if they show that stuff, yeah, it's going to be cool, but I'm not going to take it to heart and be like, oh, it's going to be in the movie. No dice. So there's that right there, and then let me look at my notes real quick. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you knew about this, the live action Zelda movie is coming out March 26th, 2027.
Oh.
They haven't released the actors yet. They haven't released the filming yet, but it's going to be released March 26th.
I remember a couple years ago they were saying
2027.
2027. They were saying it was gonna be the ones who made Minions. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, okay. It's going to be them?
Yeah,
Illumination?
Supposedly
Okay.
that's what, because they did the Mario.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Mario
but
movie and they did a good job.
It's strange though because it's going to be live action.
Is it gonna be live
They're
action
saying
or is
it's
it gonna
live
be
action.
CGI?
They're saying it's live action.
Well,
so
there's
far.
gonna be CGI elements in it. Don't get
Well,
me wrong.
yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah.
be animated.
Yeah, so far it said that's going to be live action, which I'm a
Interesting.
little iffy about because Link.
Is Orlando Bloom gonna play Link? Please tell me it's Orlando Bloom.
I mean, I don't.
Well, originally,
he was awesome
remember,
as Legolas.
because of Legolas, people
Yeah.
were like, "Dude, he is. If they make a live action movie, it's got to be him. It's got to be Orlando Bloom."
I mean, but here's the thing though.
He's too old now.
Yeah, number one, he's too old. Number two, Link doesn't talk.
Yeah, so what's the point of getting a high paid? You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
of course, you could
An
argue.
expensive actor.
Yes, but of course, you could argue like around the 90s or 80s. Memories all jumbled up. There was an animated action Zelda series.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was very crappy.
It was very crappy. I mean, it was
angry. We learned that from the Angry Video.
yes,
Game Nerd.
and I mean it was a series at the time, so people took it. They accepted it for what it was. Is Link kind of has a crummy one-liner show saying "Excuse me."
Jesus.
It's very corny. It's very cheesy, and that
Kind
was
of like my intro.
kind of like what your intro
Yeah.
was. But that's what the series had in it. So yes, they did that before. They gave Link a voice and he did talk, but I mean, like, at the same time, like, Zelda has always done their a course of Link never talks. With Mario, it was a different story. Yes, of course, there was the Mario TV series around the Zelda series as well. There was a Mario series, and of course, Mario talks, and he's like, he has more like a Brooklyn, New York accent, basically, until later on, Nintendo 64, they changed his voice in Nintendo 64. And then, of course, that's when you get the me, Mario kind of thing. I'm not going to do the voice. Don't let me do it because I can't do Mario's voice.
It's a me, Mario.
That's better. Here, there you go. You didn't butcher it. Wait,
They should hire me, man.
there you go. So, but that's the thing is with Mario,
Nintendo.
by the way, he does have a voice. Link doesn't. All you hear is, hiya, ah,
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. That did not sound.
But like, that's what.
Sounded more like a hentai.
Oh God, Matthew.
Yeah, it's your favorite freaking.
That is disturbing and we're not getting into that conversation. But
Oh no, let's.
oh God. Okay. Anywho, I watch anime. Okay, not that stuff.
Sure.
Anywho, back to what I'm talking about. But it's gonna be weird to see Link get a voice, and I'm wondering how they're gonna do that. The only way I could really picture them doing Link is if they were to do like Samurai Jack, how Jack only does a few words. If you ever watch the series Samurai Jack, he really doesn't talk.
No.
But he does say a good, I want to say throughout the whole episode, he has a good, one paragraph of dialogue and then 2 or 3 words after that.
Mm-hmm.
He does not talk throughout the whole episode. So I could see them doing something like that with Link. I don't know, again, what they're going to do, and just to do live action, they should have just done CGI.
They should have just done.
They just should have done
animated.
CGI, animated CGI. They should have done that too. So I'm kind of a little iffy about that. I am excited, and we go see where that goes. Lastly, I want to talk about a movie that I'm extremely pumped up. Actually, it's gonna be filming in August. Mel Gibson's filming it.
Yeah, in Italy, I believe.
Yes.
I think it's in Italy.
And it's going to be Passion of the Christ 2.
Yeah, the resurrection.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, of course, they're calling it Passion of the Christ 2 right now, but who knows? He's probably going to give it a different name. He probably is going to give it the resurrection. It's probably going to have a different name, but
Jesus Strikes Back. No.
I was going to say that thing from Family Guy. If he without sin kicked the first ass.
Oh. I did not think you were going to say that, man. Oh, dude.
But there you go.
Yeah,
but
forgive us,
but
Oh my God, bro.
what happens is it's so cheap if you watch the thing of Family Guy because he's
Yeah.
all it's Chris Tucker. It's supposed to be like Rush Hour.
Oh, I
And then
remember. Chris
Tucker's
yeah.
"You're crazy, man. You're crazy."
Yeah.
That's what my ex-wife said. I'm like, dude, why? Why would they? Oh, but yeah, no, but I am
Oh my
excited for
gosh.
Passion of the Christ 2. I am really excited for it. Deeply. And so yeah, no, I am excited. No, I am excited for Passion of the Christ 2 though. Mel Gibson did an amazing job with the first one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I remember. I remember a lot of people after that movie. They became Christian, or they started believing in Christ. They started believing in God. So hopefully we get that back again.
Yeah.
Another resurgence of Christianity.
Yeah.
Another resurgence of believers.
Another awakening.
Another
Christian
I like it.
awakening.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it. Good job.
So yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I really want to see what they do with that. And yeah, that's all I got, and that's all they said so far. So far, all they said was it's going to be directed. And it's gonna be filmed in August. They haven't showed a release date yet. A lot of people are saying it might be released in 2026, but I don't really know
I
yet.
doubt that.
It's
I think
most likely
they need
released.
to take their time and get this right.
Yeah,
Get it right.
they got to release it in 2027. And here's the thing too: if you look into the whole thing of Resurrection, Jim Caviezel, right? Jim Caviezel, he's going to be reprising his role as Jesus, but he's probably only going to show up through parts of the movie.
I think so too. Yeah, because it's gonna be mostly the story's gonna partake of I can't talk. The accounts of the apostles.
Yes.
It's gonna be from the apostles' view.
Yeah, and
Luke, John.
I think it's going to be very much beautiful. It is barbaric what they go through.
Well, yeah, just like Passion of the Christ.
Yes, it's going to be very much like that because you're going to see the stuff that all the words they spoke of and them being killed just so speaking about Jesus, being stoned to death.
Martyrs.
And what's that?
They got more than stoned to death. There's some people who got their heads chopped off.
Yeah.
some got, who was it? Was it? I can't remember, man. Was it Peter or Paul who got hung upside down on the cross?
It was Peter.
It was Peter.
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rock.
Catholic Church, everybody, come
Yeah.
on. Get with it.
So, I believe it
Remember,
was.
guys, John chapter 6. Okay, remember John, and remember, I don't know, I'm gonna be here. I go again.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Jesus did say, "I'm gonna hand you the keys to the kingdom." He gave it to Peter.
Yep.
He gave the keys to Peter.
Yep.
So, everybody, do the math on that. Do your research on that. Okay.
And here's the thing too. I believe the one who was killing a lot of those Christians, was it Saul? Who was it exactly? That was.
Man, I'll be honest with you, dude. I can't remember.
Oh man, dude. But
I gotta read the Bible again, man.
it's probably gonna get into that story too, of the one who mainly was attacking these Christians, and how a lot of those people who did prosecute Christians ended up becoming Christian and found Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to get into that too, which again it's I feel like the movie, like how Passion of the Christ was a very like tragically beautiful movie. I feel like this is really the resurrection will just hit that even harder, because he rose, and so it's just I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
I am really excited,
too,
heartfully
me too.
excited.
All right, this is the part where we just stare at each other.
Yeah, we just stare at each other and we just gaze out into the wilderness.
No. Okay, so usually we kind of do corrections on the other shows. We kind of go back and talk about what we forgot to talk about or forgot to mention, or what info we did.
Yeah.
There's none of that really. This is more of a reprise. We're gonna is that the word, reprise? Reprisal?
Okay, I guess you could say
that.
reprisal.
We're gonna go. How can I word this? We're not gonna debunk it, but it is kind of debunked in a way. In some groups it's debunked, and I'm not talking about mainstream archaeologists or none of that. We're not picking sides here, but let's just say the whole theory of our last episode about the pyramids and the those columns that are underneath, and those blocks that are underneath.
Okay.
So, as the week went on after we recorded the show, I started seeing more crazy theories that they were like in the ground, like 2 Empire States building sized into the ground. I'm like, okay, this is getting too far-fetched. People are just making it more of a fantasy now, making it more into a crazy conspiracy and kind of like flat Earth type of stuff.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Corsetti came out, and he was kind of debunking the whole theory too. And you remember Jimmy Corsetti's, he believes like I believe, or like we believe, I don't know if you believe, that the pyramid was a power plant.
Yeah. Okay.
So that theory is still valuable.
Okay.
That theory is still there because there's water under the under the pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
and there's still voids, and the dome, the gold on top, that's not there no more, and all
Sorry if that made any noise.
that. No. So that the theory that is a power plant is still there, but the theory that there's these columns and all the spirals or coils or whatever,
okay. Well,
that's becoming debunked now.
Well, then I tell you something that.
And some people, I was reading comments that are saying like, Jimmy Corsetti, how could you say something? Because he's a realist. He's being real.
Yeah,
he doesn't believe that. It's a little far-fetched.
Well, I think I told you.
The theory is a little far-fetched.
I think I told you there was a couple comments saying that
with the columns.
Yeah, that the columns could have been just an AI generated thing.
Right,
I think I told you that right there.
You did last episode, and I kind of I don't know if I didn't pay attention because I was getting dizzy and I was getting real hungry last week when we recorded. And you mentioned, when I watched our episode again, you mentioned that it could just be a smokescreen.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
Yeah,
and you were right. I think you were right.
Well, I mean, it's just things that I read.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
see, and I didn't read that.
And here's the thing:
these
theories, like, you gotta understand. Like, I want to try to get both of them.
Oh,
of
course,
you want to get both sides, and so with these conspiracy theories, sometimes like I am gonna talk about stuff that is gonna kind of debunk what we talk about, and so that's the reason why I kind of want to bring up that comment. And it turns out that comment was true. I guess.
Yeah, man, you were right on it, man. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was exciting news. I mean, to really see that and go, oh my God, this is crazy. There's more to it. So it's exciting. You get excited. Everybody got excited, especially people in the archaeological world.
Well, yeah, because it's an amazing find.
It's an amazing find.
Yeah.
So let's get into it a little. So they used SAR radar. I don't ask me what that stands for.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't write that down, but it only detects above surface structures. It doesn't go underground. The funny thing is LiDAR does. LiDAR detections go underground. I don't know why they didn't use LiDAR. Maybe because they just wanted to make a far-fetched theory.
Yeah.
These archaeologists. I don't even think they're they're these scientists or these fringe theorists guys, I guess from Sweden or some other, man. I don't know. It's weird. The more things are coming out, the weirder it gets. I coughed right.
You're good. I
bad, dog.
just brushed it off. And
Yeah, and you took it like a champ, man. Good
yeah.
job.
Thank you.
And supposedly this certain kind of radar cannot penetrate water, which it cannot penetrate the water table underneath the pyramid. Remember, there's still water underneath this pyramid. And I don't even want to mention this guy, but it's part of it. And even Jimmy Corsetti mentioned him. Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh God, how dare I say his whack ass name? That guy, right? That YouTuber. He was annoying as sin. I don't even know why you kids or people in general watch this guy. He's annoying as hell.
He's fun he shows cool toys. He shows cool.
Does he? Is that what
yeah.
I don't even know what he does.
He does. Okay. So
I heard about this guy because I saw he does those fake ass like, I'm gonna give the homeless $200 or whatever.
Yeah, and some of that stuff has actually been debunked that he.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, some of that stuff has been debunked that he's been giving people money. It turns out some of those people he gives money actually work for him.
Oh, they're actors.
Yeah, it's supposedly. So there was a couple. There was a couple that showed. So I think some of the money he gives out to people does do that.
Yeah, and I guess
but a lot of the periodical time they're people who work for him.
And then he had a tranny on a part of his group, right? That was like a pedophile, right?
I think he turned.
Or they found like child pornography.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can say that. I don't know. I hope I don't get flagged on YouTube. But they found child stuff on his computer or something.
Just say the inappropriate minor material.
Yeah. And supposedly this wacko, this tranny, he was married and had kids, and all of a sudden out of nowhere he just went and became a she, some demon. I don't know. But anyway, so that guy, Mr. Beast, right? So he went to Egypt, and here we are at Egypt, and we're going.
It is a huge commercial for Egypt. It's basically a huge commercial for Egypt.
And so on ninjas or butterflies.
Ninjas or butterflies, yeah. They were very disappointed in him.
They were very disappointed how when he went there, they went like the mainstream archaeological route.
Yeah, we're talking about straight up government.
Yeah, they were saying like, oh, these are tombs and the pyramids were tombs, and they were just they went the mainstream route, and the money route.
Didn't he like throw a gold bar in like a hole underneath the?
I don't know. Did he?
I think he did something like that. He threw like a gold bar underneath like a hole. What's that thing called? The lion, the Sphinx.
Oh, the Sphinx. Yeah,
Sphinx?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because there's a hole underneath the Sphinx, and no one wants to go down there and research because they're like I forget that Jim Cosetti talks about it too. Is that why don't we just investigate underneath the Sphinx?
Well, exactly, and same thing underneath the pyramids. I think we need to look underneath the pyramids. So anyways, there's a part, I guess, in Jimmy. So ninjas are this is how I'm hearing about this whole Mr. Beast thing.
Yeah, because the Ninja Butterflies talked about that too, about the gold bar.
So I'm not going to waste my time and give that guy a view on his YouTube channel, Mr. Beast. I'm not going to look at it, and I'm here talking about it, so people are probably going to look at it. Damn it.
I mean, he's making money already from the views,
no matter
what.
The guy's a rich jackass.
The only thing you're doing is not watching it for your own,
my own sanity.
Yeah.
But supposedly, so Ninja Butterflies, they were very disappointed in him that he went the mainstream route and went the money route.
Yeah.
And they talk about it on their show. I can't remember what episode it is, but it's on there. And then now with Jimmy Corsetti, he talked about how there's a part, and he showed a picture on his Instagram where Mr. Beast and that kid, his partner or whatever, friend, they're underwater. They're underneath the pyramid and in the water. You saw that picture, right? So Jimmy Corsetti was like, even Mr. Beast showed that there's water underneath the pyramid, because they were swimming in it.
Yeah.
And so the fact that there's water under there, that radar can't penetrate the water. So how is it going to look underground? That's the thing.
So that was like his little debunk on that whole thing.
And they're saying maybe the vibrations that look like columns, they were probably just caused from sound above ground. Some sound maybe caused. Okay. There's a stretch of a road in between, where the pyramids are.
All right.
So that could be from there some commotion above ground, and that's what the vibrations were.
Okay.
And the other weird thing is too, we haven't seen the full data of it. There's no alternative data. There's no other researchers looking at this or scanning other type of radar on it.
Okay.
There's only one or a group of people or one person or two people. I don't know how many are involved in this theory. That show this, and there's no other theories. There's no other research on it. Alternative research on it.
Okay.
And yeah, as I was gonna say, there should be a second scan, maybe from another radar system, or to make it comparative research. And that's basically all it is. So I want to say for now, and I mean, as time goes on, maybe in another week, maybe more findings happen. Maybe they could actually go and prove that these things are under there.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's debunked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been debunked.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool theory. Don't get me wrong, but don't make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I still believe, and even Jimmy Corset, he still believes that it was a type of power plant.
Yeah.
Just without the columns underground, the Empire State sized building columns underground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty romanticized or whatever you want to call
Well,
it.
you know, it is a romanticized ideology.
It
You
is.
know, you think about it. Oh man, this could be true, and then it's not true. So what do you have to do after that? You know?
Right. So, well, the biggest story of the week.
Yeah.
Here's the biggest story of the week is supposedly not even supposedly, this is true. Pull it up. So everybody should know what the Ark of the Covenant is. And if you don't know, that's how it's described in the Bible.
Yeah. The cherubs are
The
on
cherubs
top
are
of
on
the...
top. It's made of gold. There's wooden. It's made out of wood, but covered in gold.
Yeah.
Used in battle and so on and so forth. I'll get into the history of it in a bit. But so, lo and behold, some documents resurfaced. Now, supposedly these documents have been out and about already, but they resurfaced recently.
Yeah. I think they were on about around 2000.
I can't be sure of.
Okay.
But no, I think they did the research in 1988.
1980, but I think they kind of surfaced in 2000,
I
like
think
around
so.
the 2000s.
Yeah, the documents were released.
Yeah.
But nobody's really talked about it, which I find kind of weird. How come all of a sudden this week, a week after the whole pyramid finding, the new pyramid finding?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find that kind of funny. You can take that off now.
All right.
But so here's a little history, Bible history, or history in general, and of the Ark of the Covenant for those who don't know.
Okay.
So history lesson, guys. Ready? Get ready to listen, kids, and people out there. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks. Here we go. So in the Bible, the book of Samuel, the Israelites brought and used the ark in battle against the Philistines.
Okay.
Right? They used it in battle.
Yeah.
Theory was this a weapon, literal weapon?
Okay. Yeah.
The theory is, did this thing was it radioactive, which I'll get to in a bit. Yeah. I don't know if you heard of that.
No.
That's the theory. Is that was it radioactive? Was it literally was it like a nuclear bomb in a way?
Okay.
So they brought it in battle. I mean, why would they bring it to battle? So in the Bible, it mentions that because they felt like it gave them power. The power of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, it blessed them with God's divine power.
There you go. There's a great way to put it. So oddly enough, the Philistines won that battle where they took the ark from the Israelites.
Okay.
They placed the ark in front of a statue of their god called Dagon. I could be saying that wrong.
Okay.
So they placed the ark in front of this statue. That's their god, this deity that they believe in, the Philistines believed in.
Okay.
Check this out. The next morning, the Philistines went to go check up on it, and they found that their god, Dagon, I could be saying that wrong, was on the floor, prostrated, like laid out in front of the ark with its head and its hands cut off.
What?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, man. I know. So it gets weirder. The Philistines then started to become ill, and they were full of tumors. Radiation causes cancer, causes tumors, causes burns to the skin. That's why that theory is there. The Ark of the Covenant is.
All right.
They moved the Ark to 2 other cities, and those people ended up suffering the same fate. So wherever they brought this ark, the Ark of the Covenant, wherever
the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah.
Wherever they brought it to, people around it in that city started getting sick and were suffering. Like I said, they suffered the same fate. Remember, guys, I'm reading off my notes here. After 7 months of plagues and tumors, the Philistines gave the ark back to the Israelites.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They're like, we don't want this. This is killing us.
This has to be cursed.
and the reason why, because think about it, they're not supposed to have the Ark of the Covenant. People who aren't supposed to have it, they're gonna get sick, and it's gonna kill them.
And there's the whole thing that the Hebrews were God's chosen people. God gave this gift to them.
To them and only them, and they could be the only ones to carry it and hold it and touch it and be around it without dying.
Exactly.
So, and shout out to pop culture, the movie Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The Raiders of the Lost Ark. For those who haven't watched it, how dare you? Go watch that damn movie if you haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. It's a good watch.
What's wrong with you?
Go ahead
Go
and
watch it. It's a
good
classic.
movie.
It's an American classic, damn it. Go watch it. And remember what it does. What does it do?
it melts them
Yep.
and they explode.
Right, because they
and-
look at it. Because you're not supposed to look at the light, right?
Yeah, don't look
Yeah.
at the light.
And it's
whatever
more
you
like
do.
spirits that came out. Remember, it was like spirits and angels. Maybe it could have been. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
They don't really explain what flew out of there, right? So, anyways, that's in the movie, and the Germans, the Nazis, they melt. Pretty freaking creepy.
Yeah, it's. I remember as a kid, it tripped me out
dude,
as a
I remember
kid.
it scared the crap out of me as a child,
As a
man.
kid, man,
And
like-
even when you watch it as an adult, it's like, damn, it still kind of gives you the creeps.
Oh
and
yeah, it
little
does.
uneasy feeling.
The music, the uneasiness,
Yeah,
it
man,
just
him
gets
screaming,
to you.
that guy screaming.
That guy screaming,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
And they're all screaming, dude. They're all screaming.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's
And
crazy.
I just love how like at first in the beginning, it's beautiful, and then that's when their faces change. and
Yeah.
that part's trippy, man.
Yeah. So so they give it back to the Israelites. The last mention of the ark in the Bible, and I could be wrong. Folks, heads up. I can read. I just choose not to read because my mind floats off here and there. So I literally have to read a book 2 or 3 times, even a chapter 2 or 3 times to really get it in here to understand.
Yeah.
I get too distracted by stuff. So right now I'm reading the Bible, and I read the Bible years ago when I was a teenager, but I didn't read it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
you
didn't
just
really indulge in
You
it
just
so
opened
much.
a book.
And I've gone to classes here and there, but what I really need to do is maybe listen to the Bible timeline.
Okay.
There's a podcast of that. Bible in a Year, I believe, not Bible timeline, Bible in a Year. There's that I should really listen to and read along with them. With Father Mike Schmitz. There you go, Father Mike Schmitz.
Yeah.
And there's classes available, at our church. I just don't have the time to go do it, I don't take the time. Anna's doing it though. Anna's taking a Bible study class right now, and one of these days I'm gonna do that, and take a Bible study class. But right now I'm reading it. Right now I'm in the Old Testament. I'm in Deuteronomy. So right now, what's happening right now is the golden calf. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
literally where I'm at right
The
now.
golden calf. Yeah, that's when God is like, nope. Boom.
So, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, and people do your own research, but the last mention of the ark in the Bible is in 2 Chronicles chapter 35, verse 3. It's placed in the Temple of Jerusalem. That's the last mention that I know of. Maybe there's, and then depends what you Google. Maybe there's other theories of where it could be, which there is,
Yeah.
and we'll get to right now.
Because there's tons of wars that's always been happening over there.
Right,
So people
right.
do go down there, plunder. Who knows what they've taken?
Mhm.
And I think that was one of the things too, is that that's where kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of follows, is that they kind of they just like how they lost the war against what were they called, the
Philistines.
the Philistines. Maybe they could have lost another war and it was taken away from them.
I think it was.
and
I could
hidden.
be wrong, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm
well,
not there yet, man.
I want
I'm
to
not
say,
there
I want to
yet.
say, didn't the Roman Empire take it or something like that?
Well, that's why the theory is that the Vatican has it in,
Okay.
in the archive,
Okay.
and yeah.
Yeah, because I believe because the Roman Empire is the one that started conquering, and the Roman Empire, or Greek Empire, Greek and Rome were kind of together at the time. They were even making peace with Egypt. That's where you get the story of Cleopatra
Yeah.
and Caesar. The story of Cleopatra and Caesar. And I think around that time, or before that time, they took it. So that's why it was kind of like took it from them. And since they both were at Cleopatra and Caesar were kind of at peace with one another, their countries are at peace, they decided to leave it there in Egypt. That's why kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of go to that area.
Gotcha.
That it was taken from them.
Yeah.
Again, nobody really knows what happened to it, but that is just one of the theories that had happened
Yeah.
behind it, or it's true.
And I read that they
Fuzzy
hid it.
memory.
They had, and I don't even know if this is in the Bible either. I'm not too sure that it was hidden, kind of like Jesus. He was placed. His body was placed in a hidden cave in a rock, and then they closed the rock to seal it.
Okay.
They kind of did that with the Ark of the Covenant too.
Okay.
I can't remember where I read that, and it could be in the Bible. I'm not too sure. Shame on me. I'm bad Christian.
Yeah.
Same
here, dude. I'm not
yeah.
perfect either, man.
Yeah. I'm just lazy. I got to read the Bible.
I just got to be a better Christian. That's
yeah,
me.
Same here. We all do. It's part of our walk with Christ,
Yeah.
So supposedly one of the theories, and I heard this, and I got this theory from, and maybe somebody else has said it too, but I got it from Graham Hancock. I've mentioned him a couple times in our past episodes.
Okay.
He's a journalist, an archaeological journalist.
All right.
He's the one that a lot of the mainstream archaeologists hate.
Okay,
He has his show on Netflix. He has 2 seasons. Keanu Reeves is in the 2nd season. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
dude, out of nowhere, it's just funny because he just shows up out of nowhere. I think like the first or second episode, he just shows up and he's like, yeah, I've always been into these ancient. So it's pretty cool to have Keanu Reeves on our side.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's freaking Keanu Reeves.
To be interested in the unknown.
Yeah.
I keep on moving my mic.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool to have him on our side, but yeah. So it's called what's his show called? Oh my God, Graham Hancock. It's on Netflix, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ancient. Oh no. Okay, hold on, guys. Andrew, do a song, do a dance or
Oh
something.
my goodness gracious! I am not gonna sing at all.
Sing me a
But
country song.
I'm not gonna sing you a country song.
Ancient Apocalypse.
There you go.
Good God. Sorry, guys. I lost my train of thought there. Okay. Anyway, so Graham Hancock, he's on the Joe Rogan show. I don't know. I forgot what episode it was. You can find clips on YouTube.
Okay.
And supposedly it's claimed to be located in Axum, Ethiopia.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that. Heard that it's there in Ethiopia at a church. So it's at a church called the Church of Our Lady of Mary of Zion. Big name, I know. It's an Orthodox church, so it's not Catholic. It's an Orthodox, like a Greek Orthodox type of church.
Okay.
Interesting about Ethiopia. Supposedly, they have the first copy of the Bible. I don't know if you heard that either.
Okay. No.
So supposedly,
I don't think I've heard of that.
Ethiopia, they have the Ark of the Covenant, and they have the first literal copy, hard copy of the Bible.
Okay.
That's their claim. It hasn't been proven yet.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting claim, though. Supposedly, the monks and armed guards who are there guarding the Ark of the Covenant, supposedly that they have, supposedly they've all gotten radiation poisoning.
What?
They've all gotten radiation, and they've suffered cataracts in their eyes, so they're going blind.
Oh, damn.
So, and shortly after, every single monk that takes over and guards this box or this item, which hasn't been proven to be the Ark of the Covenant, so let's just call it an item.
Okay.
They're getting sick and they're dying. So it's just an overlay of monk after monk after monk and guard after guard after guard,
Okay.
protecting this box, which could be the Ark of the Covenant. We don't know, which we'll get into. So each monk, like I just said, each monk dies rather quickly from radiation that's supposedly radiating from the supposed Ark. Monk has described the Ark as a golden box of fire, is what he's called it. And his theory is that it may be a nuclear type of weapon, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That's the theory. That's one of the theories, that it's literally a weapon. And it kind of makes sense. Why would they bring that? The Israelites bring that as to their wars, to their battles. So let's get into where the CIA, the papers, the documents. You can find this on the CIA.gov and type in or look for Sunstreak. Project.
That was a Project Sunstreak.
Yeah, Project Sunstreak is what they called it. They labeled it. So the CIA document titled Sunstreak. I'm moving my notes here. Which was a subset of the infamous Project Stargate. I don't know if you remember this. You heard of that Project Stargate?
Project Stargate, yeah.
So it's kind of a sub project from that. It stems from that. It's connected.
Okay.
It's like I said, it's a declassified document on the CIA.gov website. Go look for it, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out. It's a long document.
Yeah.
But we're here to kind of break it down to you.
Yeah.
And I downloaded the whole thing, and I'll read through it some other time. I just barely downloaded it today, like literally a couple hours ago while I was at work.
All right. There'll be more stuff kicking in pretty soon.
Absolutely. You'll hear more about it. So supposedly they used people who have gifts of remote viewing and astral projection.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to interject on that.
So supposedly they hired psychics.
Supposedly they're psychics.
They're psychics.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing about those psychics, and of course people are starting to. I guess the CIA did have a psychic program.
Yes.
It was a CIA psychic program, but I guess supposedly they kind of it from what they said, it went nowhere. This is where have you ever heard of the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yeah.
That's what that kind of
George Clooney.
That's what that's based off of. That's what that's based off of. So what happened was that group, that sect, kind of became a joke because they were getting psychic powers, and so what happened was
Wow,
the
okay.
whole thing kind of was destroyed. In the movie, they kind of show that too, because like it's a comedy,
Yeah.
and so they kind of show too that you know, you think it's gonna be this amazing story, and it is. It turns out to be this great, amazing story, but at the end, the news kind of flips it and turns it to a joke.
Oh.
All the information, all this stuff, all the hard work, he went across seas and looked at these U.S. military army.
You talking about George Clooney's character?
No, this was Aaron McGregor's character.
Oh, okay. Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, that's
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Yeah, Aaron McGregor. His character goes across seas, and he's a journalist. So he has this great, amazing story, and he's like, "All right, cool. I got this great, amazing story." He opens it to the public here in the United States, and it's just, it's debunked, it's tarnished, and it's like, and they make a joke of it. So like basically, from what I could tell, is that this CIA group, these CIA sidekicks, are supposedly this blacklisted, blackballed group, completely dismantled from the CIA, saying, "Oh yeah, no, it was nothing." But the thing is, come on, it's the CIA. Like, of course they're gonna hide, you know? Like, come on. So those sidekicks or whatever they are, they still work for the CIA.
Oh, yeah,
they're there till this day.
Till this day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go back to how you mentioned the men who stare at goats. They don't astral project though, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they talk about astral projecting.
Because I thought they were just psychic.
No.
Like they could read minds.
No, they could read minds, and they could astral projecting is a psychic ability.
Right. Okay.
So
okay,
they can do that.
So a little definition, which maybe I should have paid attention to. Basically, for those who don't know, what we're saying is these people can visualize and travel out of their body and view things around the world remotely, literally out of body experience.
Yes.
Yeah. So check this out. So one of the remote viewers identified in the document called 032 claims that they saw the Ark of the Covenant. Well, do they know for sure it's the Ark of the Covenant, or they just think it's the Ark of the Covenant?
So from what they said, it looks like the Ark of the Covenant because it's a gold box. The brown it has wooden. It's a wooden gold box.
And this is what the subject 032 was.
Yes, and he saw golden cherubs on top of it. What else is described with golden cherubs on
It's in the
top of a
Bible.
golden box
Yep. As described in the
made
Bible.
of golden wood?
Mm-hmm.
There it is, the Ark of the Covenant. So that's why there's a lot of saying the CIA said, "Oh yeah, no, this could be the Ark of the Covenant."
Oh snap! Okay,
Exactly.
Okay. So again, subject 032 also described that the Ark was somewhere in the Middle East.
Yes.
Ethiopia's in the Middle East.
Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
Which I just mentioned. And it's also surrounded by buildings with domes and resemble mosques. So it's in an Arab country.
Yes.
And on top of that, the men surrounded. So the subject 032 visualized and not visualized, but saw men with white robes, and they were speaking Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah, they were speaking Arabic. Supposedly they were dark-haired with dark black eyes and white robes.
What?
I don't know if you heard that.
No, I didn't. I never
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah. Supposedly they were they were dark hair, and if you look at pictures of people in Ethiopia, they don't look like that.
Well, yeah, no, the I did hear about the people with white robes, but I didn't know the full description of how they looked.
Yeah. So, but here's the crazy part.
Okay.
Here's the crazy part. So, the object is protected by entities and can only be accessed by those who are authorized to do so, right?
Okay.
So again, subject 032 is seeing this and studying it and is reporting back.
So
to the
this is not
CIA.
just one day. This is like multiple days, probably
I'm
a
pretty
month
sure
or a
it's
year.
huge operation.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This is it's an operation. It's just not one day I'm looking through all this stuff.
And I'm pretty sure it was one day they found this, and one day they just had to dig deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
Okay.
So, like again, entities can only be and it was protected by entities and accessed by those who are authorized to do so. And whoever tries to access the object, ugly things happen to them and their families. I think you read that, right?
Yeah, I did read about that. So do you know how you talked about the people with like the sores on their
Yeah,
bodies?
they got tumors and
They
stuff.
got tumors. Do you think it was those people who weren't authorized to touch it and look at it? What?
And look at the monks. They're not chosen to be there. They're there to protect and maybe pray or whatever monks do.
But then we're like said, you could come.
Right. They're not the chosen ones to protect the ark, so that's why
Yeah.
they're getting sick.
What the?
we're just tying, and ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is we're tying in the theory that it's in Ethiopia with the CIA document, because the CIA document doesn't say that it's in Ethiopia. Let's just get that clear.
But it
We're
says
just
the
doing some-
Middle East.
in the Middle East, and that's where Ethiopia's at. So us here, the Des Bros, we're putting the pieces together, and we're saying it could be in Ethiopia.
Okay.
Again, the CIA document does not state that it is in Ethiopia. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, subject 032 goes on to say that these entities are not human, but are type of a celestial being. They also go further into saying that this person, even that these so-called beings that they saw were the Seraphim.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to take it away from there.
I will be. Yeah, I know. So basically, like the Seraphim are kind of like they're kind of described in the Bible.
Yes.
In a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're the top dog. They're the highest order of the angels.
Yes.
There's archangels. Yes. There's I forgot where the branch goes. I don't know if we could bring that up. Maybe if you could bring that up real quick.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna find it right now.
Yeah. So anyways, so supposedly the main protector of this item is the Seraphim, is a Seraphim angel. Now, I picture Seraphim looking like this. Go ahead and bring it up.
Which one?
Now, they do have that one right there.
This one right
they
here?
do have 6 wings. They are 6-winged angels. Very powerful looking. Look at that. That's like a warrior right there. I don't know if you can maximize that. Maybe zoom into that if you can. There we are. Look at that, guys. So that's how I picture Seraphim looking like.
Yeah.
Warriors, protectors, and they're the most powerful angels, and they're known to have a burning love for God, which is, they're the best of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if now was Michael, he's an archangel. Go ahead, go ahead and show what AI or even the Bible describes what they actually look like.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring that up.
So basically, if you ever heard what an actual angel looks like, this is what the Bible describes. This right here, with all these eyes and 6 wings, this is what the Bible describes an angel to look like.
Mm-hmm. Well, and supposedly they're ugly, they're hideous, right?
Yeah, supposedly they're
scary.
ugly, they're hideous, they're scary, and that's why, like, to see an angel, your eyes will burn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is like one of the things. Like, I guess if those who see angels, their eyes,
and I guess the reason why they look scary and hideous is to scare the demons, because the demons are petrified by these seraphim.
Yeah, that the deal will be like, yeah, I look like this, but look at that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one thing to look like a warrior. You'll still fight the guy, even though obviously the demon will lose or the entity will lose. But to look like that,
it's more intimidating.
Very intimidating.
It's more intimidating. It's more intimidating. Mm-hmm. It's more scary, and it's like, you're a giant eye. What is this thing going to be capable of? I mean, like, does it shoot beams out of it? Does it do something? Like,
right.
And the thing too, like yeah, you look at that, and I just showed you a picture of that, of what a seraphim is, described in the Bible. What do you do
mm-hmm.
when you see that looking at you?
Right. Yeah, you're gonna be petrified.
You're gonna be petrified. Exactly.
Probably lose your sight. You lose your eyesight.
Lose your eyesight. Exactly.
So again, that is an AI generated
depiction.
Image,
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they grabbed that from the Bible. That's where the AI.
Yeah. No.
That's
mm-hmm. What it was. It was described in they got a description of the Bible and they sent it to an AI and it morphed it into that.
Right. Now here's the hierarchy of the angels. Okay. There's a first hierarchy. This is the closest to God. There's the seraphim. There's the cherubim, and the thrones. So that's the lineage. And then the second hierarchy is dominions, virtues, and powers. The third hierarchy, which is closest to humanity, us, principalities, archangels, and just angels, regular angels.
Okay.
Angels in the outfield. But
that's a good movie. I like it.
And so archangels. So Michael the archangel, I guess he's closest to us.
Okay.
The humans.
That's why he's supposed to be the more humbled, like, angel.
Right. And what's his name does an excellent job of portraying him.
Oh, John Travolta. That's a good movie too. I like that movie. It's a good movie.
I wouldn't say maybe the best interpretation, but it's
funny. But it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good movie. John Travolta's awesome.
Yeah, come on, he's awesome in that movie.
But yeah, man, I mean, I think that's the biggest reveal to show that this is the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Is that the fact that this subject that works for the CIA 032, and I'm just summarizing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That they saw this box, this item that looks exactly and described as it is in the Bible of the Ark of the Covenant, and that they saw seraphim, literally seraphim, guarding the ark.
Dude,
That is amazing.
that is amazing.
If you don't believe in God, what's up with you? Because this is proof that God exists. I mean, obviously CIA are trying to look for this, and and I think they're trying to cover up the identity, or they're trying to, how can I put this? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they're trying to find it to cover it up.
It up probably before somebody else finds it. But I mean, lo and behold, it exists, and the Bible's real. They're trying to debunk the Bible.
Yeah. Well, then see
the CIA and the powers that be, the theys, the thems, Rothschilds, whatever they are, the deep state, are trying to cover up,
and that's one of
cover
the big,
up the Bible,
and,
and censor the Bible.
And that's one of the things too, is that like the ones in charge of that are gonna, like, biblically tepe, the area where Noah's Ark may be located at, all that stuff right there. If that 100%, if that stuff does show hair, which was in that thing last time we showed Noah's Ark, they found hair that was basically red. It was still fresh. It was animal hair, and it showed how many years that like they could have picked as like very, very old. Mm-hmm. Well, then they do exist. The Bible, everything described in the Bible. And here's the thing too, historians, even atheist historians, use the Bible for historical discovery.
Right. And I think to atheists, they use it more of like a history book.
Yeah, they use it more like a history book. But here's the thing: if they truly believe it's a history book, then why can't the truth be shown that the Ark of the Covenant did do these things?
Mm-hmm.
The will of God did do these things. That no ark does exist. If they use all these historical landmarks, why can't they get that to themselves?
The Great Flood,
and that sort of shows
there's evidence that there was a
great flood. There's evidence that there was a great flood.
Event.
Now, see, where they try to debunk that is that they said that the whole world was ocean before it became land.
Right.
But I don't know, dude. But the more you look at that area, maybe the whole world, that was under ocean, used to be under ocean. It was under ocean after Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
And that's the thing too that could debunk that. Again, you want to believe in your evolution. I don't believe in it. I really don't believe in evolution. And I don't know, like,
except in Pokemon.
There you go, Pokemon evolution, that does exist, but
only in cartoons.
That's folks. The thing is, if all these historical landmarks exist and they read the Bible to find these historical landmarks, well, how do we not know that, again, all those things that I just spoke of exist as well?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big deal too.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, everybody, that'll conclude our show. If you don't believe in God, now's the time to do it. And
it's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late
to believe in God and to have your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. More and more things are coming to light. And for those who don't want to believe, too bad. It's coming to light, man.
Little by little.
Mm-hmm. So, God bless. Peace.
See you next time.